Hi, I'm going to be doing a black and white high key edit. A high key edit is, or photograph, is one that is very bright, dominated by light tones. So in order to pick the right photograph, you want to be looking for one that has a lot of lighter areas and not very many dark areas. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this image, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up in Camera Raw. The very first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and crop it to where I want that crop to be. Looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is, since this is going to be a black and white edit, in the basics panel under treatment, there are two options. One is color and the other is black and white. So that's the very first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and click on black and white. Already this image has many more lighter tones than darker tones. If you need to up the exposure, you can. I think my exposure is pretty good, so I'm going to leave that. I am going to drop the contrast just a tiny bit, and I am going to brighten my highlights and whites. You don't want to brighten so much that you lose detail in those highlights and whites. And you can also up your shadows and your blacks. It's okay to have a little bit of contrast when you're editing these high key photographs so that your subject matter doesn't get lost in your background. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my shadows just a tiny bit. And I'm going to drop my clarity down just a tiny bit. I'm going to go into the tone curve and I am going to grab this middle section and pull it up, brightening all my midtones. And I'm going to also grab the right lights and I'm going to bring that over like so. I just kind of pulled it over to the left a little bit. And then sharpening, I think I'll just leave that. I could up the luminance a tiny bit, up the sharpening, and mask that out. All right. I'm going to jump back to my basics panel, and this looks good for a high key photograph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save the image and press done, and I've got my first high key edit.